I want to teach you a trick that any lawyer can use to make more money. Now, I was at the movies this weekend when this kind of occurred to me that like why aren't lawyers doing this, right? I went to the movies with my kids. I took them to see the Minions movie, and we bought a popcorn. Now, the popcorn that we bought was $7.50, right? And that was a large popcorn. Now, I actually didn't really want a large popcorn. I would have been fine with a medium popcorn, right? But the problem is that the medium popcorn is actually $7.25. So what they're doing basically is they're making it so that regardless whatever you spend, you're always going to be spending around $7.50. And they probably sell very few medium popcorns because who in their right mind would spend $7.25 when they could just get more popcorn for $7.50? Now, this is a price anchor, right? This is basically where they're anchoring the price here, and they're saying this is the baseline of the price, and just a little bit more, you can upgrade. For 25 cents more, you can upgrade. You can make your medium a large, right? Now, how can you do this for a law firm? Well, what's cool is that you can use price to go up, or what you can do is you can create a higher price up here that makes this price seem more reasonable. So let me give you an example of how this can actually work with a law firm. So let's say for a case, whether it's a DUI or a divorce or whatever it is, let's say you charge $3,000 for your retainer, right? So what you have to do is very simple. If you want more people to pay this amount here, then here's what you do. You create a higher level of service package right here. Let's say $5,500. Now, what's cool about this is that you can basically take this right here and you can throw all the stops down, right? Think about like what's all the extra services that I could throw in there, and I could actually, give my client if I was going to justify spending $5,500. Now, what's cool is that you're not going to believe this, but there are going to be people that are going to take you up on this option, right? So first of all, right there, you're going to make more money because you're adding another level of service. And the way that you figure out what to include here is think about what are all the problems that your clients have before, during, and after the case that are not necessarily addressed in here, and maybe problems that aren't even related to your specific practice of the law, and how can you help them solve those problems? And that's what you put in this, right? Now, because you have the $5,500 option, when someone balks at that price, you can then downsell them and say, well, we do have a $3,000 option where, this is our diamond package, this is our platinum package where we do X, Y, and Z for you, right? Now, what's cool about this is that if you're normally charging $3,000 and you're going to $5,500 here, you could actually change this price to $3,500. So you could raise your price, which I think everybody should raise their price. You can raise it to $3,500, and it's still going to have the same impact because it's still $2,000 cheaper than your premium offer, right? So if you play around with your packages and you actually create more than one package, because most lawyers just have one option, right? Most lawyers just have one package. So if you play around with that, then what you can do is you will actually make more money because some people, about 10 to 15% of people, will buy this $5,500 package. So that means that 10 to 15% of your cases, you're making an extra $2,000 on every case, right? And then on top of that, because you've already presented the higher price, once you go down, the $3,500 doesn't seem so unreasonable, even though it's $500 more than you were charging before, right? So if you use this concept, I promise you it'll work really, really well. It's called a price anchor. And as you start looking around, you're going to start seeing it everywhere. Retail stores, for example, if you go into Kohl's, there's a pair of socks. You pick up you pick up a pair of socks at Kohl's, right? It says, how much is the socks? $19.99 marked to 40% off, right? Or marked to 60% off, and now it's $6.99 or whatever the price is, right? But here's why this works. Because you think, okay, you first think, when you look at that pair of socks, you think, okay, $19.99, and then they take 40% off. Well, so now it's what? Now it's like $11.99. I don't think that math is right, but whatever. Well, because you first heard this number, you're much more likely to be accepting of this number. Whereas if they would have just marked it as $11.99, you would not be as likely to buy it. JCPenney did this a few years ago, where basically what they did is they got rid of all of the sales, right? They basically said, look, our customers are smart enough to know that we're just marking stuff up to mark it down, right? And what happened? Sales declined by like 60% when they cut the BS and they basically just said, okay, this pair of socks is $11.99, right? They stopped saying it was $19.99 marked down to $11.99, and they just said, look, it's $11.99. Sales absolutely plummeted because of the fact that the price anchor is such a powerful psychological tool to get you to show value and to get people to spend more money with you.